Morning, Mark. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, doing well, thank you. As we've been discussing offline here, we're gonna go through this in a little bit different fashion from our other webinars and recordings that we've done. So the plan here today for those listening is we're just gonna jump right into KWAN Business. There's already a company set up, and then we'll walk through the specific goals and tasks, functionality, and it'll be more conversational. We'll try and cover everything that you might have questions about regarding goals and tasks, and wrap it up and go from there. Sound like a plan, boss?
Let's do it.
All right. With that said, here I will share my screen. Share my entire screen. There we go. All right. So this is the familiar layout in KWAN Business, the KWAN Business app. What I've done here to set this one up today is I actually made a duplicate of the previous strategic planning company that was used called Clear Sky Drone Inspections. Set up the business profile, which again, you can always review here. And this is word for word exactly the same as what was set up in the other strategic planning demo. So if you're really interested, you could see how the two are going to function back and forth. All right. So goals and tasks. Goals and tasks is a brand new user interface, but it is connected to the other workspaces within KWAN. So we'll get to it, but you can actually create goals and tasks using the create function here. And the links to goal setting activities actually take you back into the blueprint where those goal setting specific types of activities exist. So here's the user interface. It's pretty straightforward. You can create a goal if you want right off the hop, kind of impromptu by clicking this button here, where you can see the exact goal setting activities that are set up in the blueprint. And they are a little bit of a different format of an activity in the blueprint itself. So, like I said, you can get to them quickly by going here, or they are in the business blueprint. This is the SWOT analysis, but you can get to creating a strategic plan by navigating right through the business blueprint as well. So this should look very similar to what you've seen before. All right, well, let's jump right in. So we have redesigned the strategic planning process a little bit with a slightly different take on the activities so that they more closely match the new functionality of goals and tasks. So this one here is setting the long-term success, the big, hairy, audacious goal for your business. And like before, you can do a suggest goals and tasks, which is very similar to the create draft function that we had before, or you can go in here and tell it exactly what you want it to include in your goal setting initiative. So for now, let's just hit the suggest goals and tasks and see what KWAN comes back with.
I
Do you
think
think there's anything specific the users are going to notice, Mark, or how maybe memory works differently in the system as we're going through this?
yeah, memory definitely will take into account your goals and tasks. I think you're already seeing how fast a goal comes up. The thing that excites me most is that we've had a number of users ask for goals and tasks, and we know that you can't operate a business without being sort of goal focused. So I love the fact that we got a big, hairy, audacious goal at the top, but you can have as many goals as you want, and you're going to keep track of all the tasks within the goals. And so we've built our memory system to mimic that. So it's now becoming sort of your intelligent coworker that understands where you want to go and thinking about where you want to go, no matter what you're working on. So um, back to you. I
Well,
guess you might want to explain what just happened there.
I
And
actually have no idea what just happened, Mark. Looks like we hit a bug.
okay,
Here's the beauty of going live. I don't know what happened. This has never happened before.
Suggested, I tried suggesting the goals and tasks again because I did see them there for a second. Like,
Yeah.
nice part of the webinar is that we can cut this out.
Yes, we certainly can. All right, let's see what it's going to do here.
There we
Okay,
go.
so we have them all up on the screen again. This one's a little bit different, but the time frame's the same. And hit accept. Oh, that one landed. Sounds good. All right. So another new feature that we have here for sharing goals and tasks is this specific share button, which the team has developed. I think it's a fantastic feature. So just to show you what that looks like, we'll hit the share button here. It brings up this different modal, right? That's a technical term, where you can see exactly what the goal is with a nice description, and it's attached all the tasks here down below. And this is also really new, which is the download PDF button. So we'll hit download PDF, pull that up from our downloads, and here's the output that you could email or share with the rest of your team in a really nice format. So there's more of this type of functionality. It's going to come as we go, but really excited about being able to share documents that look this great with the rest of your team. So that's awesome. All right. So we'll close this out and move on to the next activity. Before we do that, just a quick note here that we always want to mark completed. When we mark an activity completed, it is going to push that into memory. If it's still showing as in progress, it will not be included in your active memory. So marking it completed, that's the trigger to make the system smarter each time you go. All right, so here's the next one. Let's define the 3-year measures of success. So kind of taking it from a 10-year outlook, bringing it a little closer to the near term. And again, for speed here, we're just going to suggest goals and tasks. It's going to read what it created for the BHAG. It's going to read your business blueprint, the other work that's been done in the system, and suggest. All right. So this one's done a nice midterm. If you remember the BHAG, which was a $15 million in annual revenue target. This has said, well, in 3 years, let's be out there at 6 million. It's done a great job of describing it. It's put the due date exactly 3 years out. This is where you could go in and change that due date if you chose. Maybe make it December 31st or January 1st, whatever you choose. Here's goal number 2, expand operations into BC and Saskatchewan, which is something that we put in the business profile that we wanted to expand. And we also want to scale the fleet and our analytics capability to support the 3x current annual inspection volume, which is also part of our growth initiatives, which is fantastic. So let's accept these here again. And now we have got a well-organized 3-year plan. So rather than doing the 1-year stuff, I'm going to now transition back over to the goals and tasks. Oh, got that reminder to make sure that we put this into memory. So I'm going to hit mark complete again, which is, as I said, a really important thing for us to do. Now we're back into the goals and tasks user interface here. So you can expand on the activities. So these right now are currently organized by activities. And when you do that, it will show you all the goals underneath that particular activity. If you want to do another drop down, you can actually click on the actual goal. It'll pull up all the detail for that goal. And then you can see the individual tasks that the system assigned for that goal. So really fantastic functionality. You're able to collapse things, view things as you see fit. You can also, if you had any that were completed, you can sort of toggle off and on between completed and in progress in the display. We just click completed and we have none completed, which is why this went blank. So we'll go back to all. Other functionality you have here is you can also organize by business domain, which again is the 12 groupings in the business blueprint. And you can sort by either the activity or create session by name or by the due date or by none at all. So again, another fantastic set of features that the teams developed to help you navigate this interface. So,
And the thinking wasn't, we know that not every goal and every task that we create for you is going to be perfect. We don't live inside your mind. We have as much context as you've taught us about your business, and goals are going to be created based on the context that you give us, and those tasks are going to follow based on we know what about the context and the goal that you set. But they're not always going to be perfect. But what we're finding is people like to start with suggestions instead of a blank page. And it gets you so far. It gets you thinking about things maybe you haven't thought about before. And but the first thing you want to do is give them a thorough read, especially for something that's so important as your business. You want to think through the goals, make sure you're super comfortable with them, because once they're on the list, then they're on the list, and we'll be coming back to them. So AI is really helpful in it as a sort of a suggestion creating machine, but make sure you don't replace the thinking with
yeah.
the machine. It's the
Yeah.
thinking, and it's your business and it's your tasks and your goals. But you certainly don't live in the world of a blank page anymore. And
That's
that's the difference. And that's the level of comfort we're giving businesses is by, putting something intelligent down on the blank page. It doesn't mean it's perfect or 100% correct, but it's much easier to operate in that environment than always starting with the blank page.
Yeah. No, you bring up a really good point, and I use KWAN on a regular basis to actually be my thinking partner as well. So, and that is really important. I mean, the system operator is absolutely critical, especially when you're operating something as important as your business. So that's a really good point, Mark. Here is the share utility from right within the goals and tasks page. So this here is going to give you an opportunity to see exactly what you're going to share. And again, in creating those outputs, you can toggle things off and on that you want to share, and it will update the output. That we'll show you in a minute as to how that's going to work. You can also reorganize these in a different order should you want to do that. So again, a really helpful feature. So let's hit the preview share button. Got a very, very similar type of output look. This one, again, nice order. Let's put the big, long-term, big, hairy, audacious goal at the top. And then we have our 3-year measures of success underneath. And boom, let's hit print the PDF. We'll open that up. And we've got now, again, just another version of a fantastic document that you can share with your team. And it has exactly what it is that you're going to be focusing on in your strategic plan. So this works really, really well. I'm very pleased with how this all came together. The development guys, yourself included, and a little shout out to Brendan on our development team. You guys have done a fantastic job with this. So uh, another way here you can share this, and I believe I have showed this before, but you can copy this information to a clipboard. Then open up a Word document or something of the like and paste it into there. That would be another way that you can share things. So uh, let's try and get to another activity here by going through the navigation button here at the top for goal setting activities, which can take you to anywhere in the blueprint. Right now, the show completed, they're not being shown here. I can show them, I can turn it back on. You can see all the ones here that you've completed and the ones that are still to do. So for fun here, let's go off the board and create some sales and marketing goals that are going to build momentum. So these are create quarterly sales goals that help you build momentum. So, and for speed here, let's just suggest goals and tasks again. Again, it knows now what we're trying to accomplish, what our plan is, where we want to be in 3 years. It knows about our blueprint. It knows about the other activities that I did complete in the vision and planning section prior to getting started here. So, yeah, and I'm really impressed with how it goes about this. So it knows that we wanted to get to 6 million and then eventually 15 million. First logical step, build a qualified pipeline. So a fantastic suggestion for us to target. And yeah, so we've got a quarter to do it. So put the date properly out at June 30th. That is fantastic. Also a great target during that time frame. Not only are we building pipeline, but we want to close some deals. So the second goal, close 350K in new service contracts, definitely builds on our plan and what it is that we want to accomplish. And then here again, increase lead to opportunity conversion rate. So that's focusing on process. So a fantastic job coming up with solutions that are going to help us grow the company. So let's accept that here. So they're all saved. Again, if we wanted to say, let's say, share these with our sales and marketing team, you can download the PDF of these very specific goals just for the sales and marketing team and send those off to your team. So again, a great tool for you to be able to communicate with those folks on your team. All right. I think that is all the functionality using activities. One last thing here I'm going to do. Oh, again, thanks for the reminder, KWAN, to make sure we complete that. One last activity I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you how to create some goals for using the create function. So this I'm going to type in. I'm going to say, help me create some personal development goals to improve my leadership, and maybe typing. Anyhow, all right, let's see what happens here. It's thinking away. Now in the create interface, you're going to see something new here, which is where you've got a goals and tasks tab up here and a document tab. All right, and it worked perfectly. So as you can see, there's no document because we asked it specifically for goals and tasks. So it did a fantastic job of putting those goals and tasks in here. So came up with some great suggestions. I won't go through them all, but just like we did before, we can save those here.
And the thinking behind this from a software development perspective is that people are getting used to working in chat more and more, right? You're using your common chat tools, and it's sort of becoming the center of people's world where they're asking for things in text. They're expecting software systems to understand what they're asking for. So when we come out with a new feature, not only do we make it in a more traditional format in a menu navigation system, but we'll typically make that feature available in chat. And so that's what Mike is demonstrating here.
100%. And that's our job, right? We want to make a tool that that works with how folks are currently engaging in the workspace today. So that's what the create session is all about. As you can see here, I quickly created a folder to help me store documents here in the create archive again, and just slid the personal development artifact for future organization into the folder I created. I guess the last thing to bring it full circle, I'll go back to the goals and tasks UI. Now here down at the bottom, you can see that there's a new goal window that's appeared at the bottom. And that is create personal development goals for leadership improvement. And you can tell that it was from a create session because the other ones have the activity prefix. So if you're ever wondering how these got created or where they're from, there's a quick nav button here, which is view the create session or view the activity again, which is really, really helpful. And share will work all the same way. So what I'll do here is just to show you how this functionality works. I will only have the quarterly sales stuff. I'm going to move my personal development above that. And I'm going to turn off the BHAG. No particular strategic reason, just want to show you the functionality. And again, boom. So you have the ability to organize things how you want and create the outputs that you're looking for to share with your team. So what do you think, Mark? I think we've covered all the goals and tasks functionality. Is there anything that we've missed?
No, I think we just love to hear user feedback on goals and tasks. We know that all successful businesses are driven by setting clear goals, understanding what it takes to achieve them. So we've heard that loud and clear, and now we're adding the power of AI to something that's been used in businesses for years. So super excited to see what people do with it. Always look forward to suggestions for improvement, and we hope this helps move your businesses forward. Thank you.
Absolutely. Uh, Maybe as a bit of an add-on here, one thing I didn't do is do a deep dive into a particular task here. So here is the ability to get in and edit a particular task. So I can edit the description or update the due date. Didn't want to do that, but in this particular exercise, and then we can apply the same filters and then just have a master task view. So one that's not organized by activities if you want. And in this display, again, if you wanted to create your own personal output for the week, you can reorganize these tasks in any fashion. So you can reorganize them by create and activity again. So that is the same type of functionality, works very similar in tasks as it does to goals. So that there should be all the functionality. Again, don't hesitate to reach out. There's links on our website. We've got, anybody on the team be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And really the best thing to do is get in, give it a try, and start building a plan and using this to help move your business forward. So again,
Thanks,
thank you
Mark.
very much. And thanks, Mark. Really appreciated your help today.
Well done as usual, Mike. Right
All
on
right.
time and well illustrated. I think it's a set of features that are going to really help move the platform forward and help businesses succeed. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you as well, Mark.